Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. And welcome back to my 12 Days of Christmas, Day 6. Today we're going to be talking about Mother Krampus. Mother Krampus is a 2017 film that runs 90 minutes and is written and directed by James Klass. Now, he was responsible for The House on Elm Lake, which has actually been released by Wild Eye, and I enjoyed it. Now, this stars Claire Marie Fox as Vanessa, Tony Manders as Alfie, and Faye Goodwin as Amy. Now, this was originally going to be titled The Curse of Frau Percha, but they decided to scrap that name and go with Mother Krampus because of the Krampus craze that was going on with the film Krampus. I think it's, I'm trying to think of who the director is, and for some reason I'm blanking, but you guys know what the one I'm talking about. The one that was in the movie theaters. This is interesting, and my friend Brad, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, actually did an in-depth review of this film last year during his 12 Days of Christmas. And to be honest, he did a better review than this movie deserves, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of this one. This is about a town whose children ended up missing years ago, and they found Frau Percha, strung her up, and tortured her and killed her. Basically, the whole Freddy sort of mythos. So she comes back years later, and she has to, I think she has to take 13 kids in order for it to bring the devil back or something like that. And she is stalking a child and her family on Christmas. That's basically the story in a nutshell. There's not really much more to it. I didn't particularly care for this one. I think they should have stuck with The Curse of Frau Percha because I think it's a more interesting title, and it actually fits it a little bit better. The makeup, I mean, this is a low-budget film, okay? It just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me. The mother and daughter are actually the same mother and daughter that were in The Tooth Fairy, which I reviewed for What's in the Bag, Jay, I believe. Pretty sure that's what I reviewed that for. And they played almost the exact same part. So it was kind of weird because in some spots I wasn't really sure what I was watching because they gave the same crappy performance that they gave in Tooth Fairy. There's some okay gore in it. There are some okay kills. I like the whole witch aspect. I mean, this is not Mother Krampus. This is basically about a witch who comes back to get revenge after the townspeople killed her by taking their children and anyone who gets in their way. That's more or less what this is about. It just feels long-winded and dreary, and I don't know, the acting just brought me down, and it usually doesn't bother me in a low-budget film because you pretty much know what you're getting yourself into. But for some reason, it just reminded me of The Tooth Fairy all over again, and that's not a good thing. Although this movie was better than The Tooth Fairy, I will give it that, but it just felt like the same film. Yeah. I gave this one a 6, and that is 6 slaughtered elves. They tried. In my opinion, they failed. Stay tuned for day 7, and if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.